There are moments in life when a message comes not from the world, not from people, not from circumstances, but from a deeper, divine whisper that moves through your heart like a surge. Unshakable certainty. 2026 will be your best year. A sentence so simple, yet so powerful, that it feels like a prophecy written before you were even born. And when God declares a year to be your best, it is not just a prophecy. It is a turning point. Because when the universe aligns in your favor, when destiny opens its gates, and when divine timing reaches its peak, no obstacle, no delay, no fear, and no force on earth can stop what is meant to bloom in your life. 2026 is not just another year on the calendar. It is a doorway, a portal, a spiritual upgrade waiting to be unlocked. For too long, you may have walked through seasons of pain, confusion, loss, or stagnation, wondering why things took longer than you expected, why certain dreams seemed delayed, or why certain people walked away. But every delay had purpose. Every closed door carried direction. Every heartbreak reshaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. God doesn't waste pain. He converts it. And 2026 is the year where everything He was preparing behind the scenes finally comes to the surface. This is the year of restoration, the year of elevation, the year of answered prayers, the year where the seeds you planted finally begin to grow. There are years that test you, and there are years that reward you. And 2026 is the year of reward, a year where divine timing matches your readiness, a year where the right people find you, the right opportunities chase you, and the right doors swing open effortlessly. A year where you don't force blessings. Blessings flow toward you. In 2026, you step into a new version of yourself. The version God always intended. A version no longer held back by fear, doubt, or the weight of old stories. A version that walks in confidence, clarity, and deep spiritual alignment. This is the year where God says, "Watch what I can do. Watch how fast He can elevate you. Watch how beautifully He can rewrite your story. Watch how everything that seemed impossible becomes your new reality." The storms you survived were not the end. They were preparation. The waiting season was not punishment. It was positioning. And 2026 is your breakthrough season, your transformation season, your overflow season. The year where the divine hand moves and everything changes. So breathe, stand tall, step forward, because God has spoken. And when God speaks, destiny obeys. 2026 will be your best year yet. Every breakthrough begins at one place: belief. Not ordinary belief. Not the kind that wavers when the world gets loud, but a deep spiritual certainty that what God has spoken will come to pass. If 2026 has been declared your best year, then the first key is to believe in divine timing without hesitation. without doubt, and without allowing your past to define your future. In life, the most powerful transformations happen when your faith finally aligns with your destiny. And 2026 is the year where that alignment becomes unshakable. Divine timing is not instant, and it is never rushed. It is perfectly calculated. Everything you went through before this moment, the delays, the disappointments, the rejections, the unexpected detours, was not God forgetting you. It was God preparing you. You see, when God declares greatness over your life, He must first shape you into the person who can carry that greatness. Many people want blessings, but they don't want the preparation. They want elevation, but they resist growth. They want 2026 to change their life, but they don't want to change themselves. But you are different. You have walked through fire, and it didn't burn you. You have faced storms, and they didn't break you. You have survived battles that were designed to destroy you. Yet here you stand, stronger than ever. Belief is not about ignoring reality. It's about trusting that God's reality is greater than your current circumstances. Maybe 2025 tested you. Maybe you lost opportunities. Maybe you lost people. Maybe you lost faith in yourself at some point. But divine timing says, what is yours is coming, and nothing can take it away. Not timing, not fear, not mistakes, not people, not the past. When God schedules a blessing, even the universe rearranges itself to deliver it to you. To step into 2026 with belief means stepping in with spiritual confidence. It means telling yourself, I am ready for what God has prepared. It means releasing the heaviness you carried for too long. It means forgiving yourself for the times you settled, for the times you doubted, for the times you didn't trust the journey. It means understanding that the wait wasn't wasted. It was building you into someone unstoppable. Belief in divine timing also requires surrender. Not surrender as weakness, but surrender as wisdom. It is the understanding that you don't have to force anything in 2026. What is meant for you will flow to you. The right people will find you. The right opportunities will align. The right doors will open, and the wrong ones will close. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. So as you walk into 2026, walk with a heart full of faith. Walk with the certainty that God is already ahead of you, arranging blessings, aligning paths, and clearing obstacles you don't even know exist. Believe it fully. Trust it deeply. Embrace it boldly. Because when you believe in divine timing, 2026 won't just be another year. It will be the year everything finally makes sense. If 2026 is going to be the best year of your life, then one essential key is this. You must release the weight of the past. Nothing blocks blessings more than holding on to what God has already asked you to let go. So many people enter a new year carrying the same fear, same hurt, same resentment, and same self-doubt from years before. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But breakthrough cannot enter a heart that's still crowded with old pain. Elevation cannot reach a mind still chained to old memories. 2026 demands a lighter you, a freer you, a version of you that is no longer living in yesterday. Think about it. Everything you've survived has shaped you, but it does not have to trap you. The past was a chapter, not the whole book. It was a lesson, not your identity. Yes, you made mistakes. Yes, people hurt you. Yes, some seasons were harder than you expected. But holding on to old wounds is like trying to run with weights on your ankles. You slow yourself down, not because you lack power, but because you refuse to drop what's already been healed in heaven. God cannot take you into 2026 holding your hand if both your hands are still gripping what He told you to release. Releasing the past does not mean forgetting it. It means outgrowing it. It means accepting that certain people were only meant to be part of your story, not your destiny. It means recognizing that some losses were actually protection. It means understanding that the closed doors were not rejection. They were redirection. When you shift your perspective from, "Why did this happen to me?" to, "What did this prepare me for?" your entire spirit begins to rise. Forgiveness is a major part of this release. Not for others, but for yourself. Forgive yourself for trusting the wrong people. Forgive yourself for staying too long where you weren't valued. Forgive yourself for not knowing better then, because now you do. God is not counting your past against you. So why do you? The enemy wants you to carry shame into 2026 because shame keeps you small. But God wants you to walk into 2026 with a clear heart because clarity makes you unstoppable. Releasing the past also means letting go of old versions of yourself. The version that doubted, the version that settled, the version that feared change. Those versions helped you survive, but they cannot help you elevate. You cannot step into a divine year with a survival mindset. 2026 is calling for your transformed self. When you release the weight of the past, something miraculous happens. Your spirit becomes lighter, your vision becomes clearer, and your path becomes aligned. Suddenly, possibilities feel real again. Opportunities feel reachable. Life feels open. And you can finally breathe. Leave the past where it belongs, behind you. Because 2026 is not built on what hurt you. It's built on what healed you. And when you let go, you create space for everything God is ready to deliver. If 2026 is going to be the best year of your life, then you must step into a level of self-confidence you've never carried before. Not the kind of confidence that depends on validation, approval, or applause, but a deep internal certainty that you are capable, worthy, and prepared for every blessing coming your way. Self-confidence isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's knowing who you are, what you carry, and the power God placed inside you. And 2026 requires you to walk boldly into every room, every opportunity, every challenge, and every moment with the belief that you belong there. For too long, you may have underestimated yourself. You may have played small, so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. You may have dimmed your light to fit into places that were never meant for you. You may have doubted your abilities because of past failures or the opinions of people who didn't see your potential. But 2026 is not a year for shrinking. It's a year for rising. It's a year for outgrowing insecurity. It's a year for stepping into your true strength. God is elevating you, but you must stop disqualifying yourself. Self-confidence starts with self-perception. How you see yourself shapes how the world sees you. If you walk like you're unworthy, the world reflects that back. But if you walk like you're chosen, the world begins to treat you differently. Confidence is magnetic. It attracts opportunities. It attracts respect. It attracts alignment. The energy you carry becomes the reality you live. And in 2026, your energy must declare, I am ready. You build this confidence by acknowledging your growth. Think about everything you've overcome. The heartbreaks that could have crushed you. The setbacks that could have stopped you. The failures that taught you lessons. Instead of defeating you, you are still standing. You are wiser. You are stronger. You are more resilient than ever. Confidence is not built by winning every battle. It's built by surviving them. And you've survived more than you give yourself credit for. To step into unshakable confidence, you must speak differently about yourself. Replace I hope I can with I know I can. Replace I don't deserve this with I am prepared for this. Replace what if I fail with what if I rise. Your words shape your belief, and your belief shapes your future. Confidence also means taking action, even when you're afraid. Fear will always show up when you're leveling up. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward anyway. Every step you take in 2026, even the small ones, builds the confidence that carries you to the next level. And remember, God did not bring you this far for you to question your worth. He equipped you with gifts, talents, and purpose for a reason. Walk with the confidence of someone chosen. Walk with the certainty of someone destined. Walk with the boldness of someone stepping into a divine year, because when you embrace unshakable self-confidence, 2026 won't just elevate your life. It will redefine who you are. If 2026 is the year God has chosen for your breakthrough, then key 3 is this: step into complete alignment with who you were created to be. Blessings come not when you chase the world, but when you finally align with your true identity, your true purpose, and your true voice. Alignment is the powerful moment when your thoughts, actions, beliefs, habits, and inner spirit all move in the same direction, toward growth, toward destiny, toward greatness. For too long, you may have lived in misalignment without even realizing it. You said yes to things your soul wanted to say no to. You stayed in environments that drained your energy instead of feeding your purpose. You played small because you feared standing out. You accepted less because you didn't fully believe you deserved more. And every time you lived outside your true calling, you felt it. The heaviness, the confusion, the spiritual discomfort. Misalignment always makes life harder than it needs to be. But 2026 is different. This is the year where you stop betraying yourself. This is the year where you listen to your intuition, the voice God placed inside you. This is the year where you stop forcing relationships that don't grow you, opportunities that don't honor you, and habits that don't elevate you. Alignment is self-respect. Alignment is spiritual maturity. Alignment is saying, I will no longer ignore who I am becoming. To step into alignment, you must first know your value. Not the value others gave you, not the value you settled for, but the value God placed within you before you were ever born. You are not here by accident. You carry gifts, wisdom, experiences, and a calling that no one else can replicate. When you walk in alignment, you no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer apologize for your ambition. You no longer silence your greatness to fit into small spaces. Alignment also means discipline. Aligning your habits with your destiny. You cannot pray for a blessed 2026 while living with the habits of your old life. The new year requires a new you. Better routines, better thinking, better emotional control, better boundaries, better decisions. When your habits match your prayers, blessings flow faster. And the most powerful part, alignment attracts. When you are aligned, the right opportunities notice you. The right people gravitate toward you. Doors open without you knocking. Life becomes smoother because you're no longer fighting against your own spirit. You're finally moving with it. So in 2026, walk in alignment with boldness. Show up for your purpose. Honor your inner voice. Choose what grows you. Release what drains you. Because when your inner world aligns, your outer world transforms. And that is when destiny unfolds effortlessly. 2026 is calling you into alignment. And once you step into it, nothing can stop the blessings that follow. If God has declared 2026 your best year, then one thing is certain: your faith and your mindset must rise to meet the blessings coming your way. Key 4 is about building unbreakable mental strength, the kind that sustains you, protects you, and pushes you through every challenge. Blessings can only stay where the mind is strong enough to hold them. Too often, people sabotage their own breakthroughs because their mindset is weak. They crumble under pressure. They fear the unknown. They doubt the timing. They question the process. But God cannot elevate someone who collapses every time a storm shows up. A strong destiny requires a strong mind, and 2026 will require you to think like the person you are becoming, not the person you used to be. Faith is the fuel of mental strength. Not blind faith, but deep, unshakable trust that no matter what happens, God is in control. Faith is not about seeing the whole path. It's about taking the first step anyway. Faith is not about having all the answers. It's about knowing that God already does. Faith is not the absence of fear. It's walking forward, even when fear tries to whisper in your ear. To strengthen your mind in 2026, you must master your thoughts. Your mind is a battlefield, and every negative thought is a seed that tries to choke your destiny. This year, you must become the guardian of your own mind. Replace doubt with truth. Replace fear with courage. Replace overthinking with action. Replace insecurity with gratitude. Replace worry with prayer. A disciplined mind creates a peaceful life. Mental strength also requires emotional control, not suppressing emotions, but managing them with wisdom. You cannot allow your emotions to dictate your future. You cannot allow someone's behavior to control your peace. You cannot allow temporary feelings to ruin long-term blessings. When your emotions are steady, your decisions are powerful. And do not forget resilience. 2026 will be your best year. But that doesn't mean it will be challenge-free. Every elevation comes with tests. Every blessing comes with responsibility. Every door comes with pressure. But when your mind is strong, nothing can shake you. You will bend, but you will not break. You will feel fear, but you will still move forward. You will face challenges, but you will conquer them. When you build unbreakable faith and mental strength, something shifts inside you. A confidence that cannot be bought, a peace that cannot be broken, a courage that cannot be shaken. This is the version of you that 2026 requires. This is the version of you that God has been preparing. Step into 2026 with a powerful mind and a fearless heart, and watch how every blessing finds its way to you. Opportunity does not wait for preparation. Opportunity responds to it. If 2026 is going to be your best year, then you must prepare for blessings before they show up. One of the biggest mistakes people make is wanting the reward without building the readiness. They pray for elevation, but avoid the discipline. They ask for success, but resist the work. They want God to open doors, but they won't strengthen themselves. For what's behind those doors? Preparation is a signal you send to the universe. It tells God, I am ready for what you are about to bring. Preparation turns belief into action. It transforms hope into momentum. It shows heaven that you're not just waiting, you're working. Think about every major breakthrough in your life. Before it arrived, something in your spirit told you to get ready. That's not coincidence. That's divine instruction. In 2026, opportunities will come fast. Relationships, financial shifts, spiritual elevation, new paths, new connections, new doors. But blessings wasted are blessings removed. God won't send abundance to someone who still thinks like they're yesterday. Preparation means upgrading your habits, upgrading your skills, upgrading your discipline. It means learning the things you once avoided. It means developing consistency. It means speaking differently, thinking differently, walking differently. Understand this: greatness is not a surprise. It is a result. If you're expecting better things in 2026, prepare for them now. Want better income? Prepare your mindset for abundance. Want better relationships? Heal yourself so you don't repeat old cycles. Want better opportunities? Build the skills that elevate your value. Want divine guidance? Strengthen your spiritual connection. Preparation also means clearing space. You cannot receive new blessings if your life is filled with distractions, negativity, and noise. Make room emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Create space so blessings have somewhere to land. When opportunity meets preparation, success becomes automatic. And in 2026, the prepared will rise faster than ever. You are not preparing for maybe. You are preparing for certainty. You are preparing because God whispered the promise already. You are preparing because your future is calling. You are preparing because destiny favors the ready. So prepare boldly. Prepare intentionally. Prepare like your breakthrough is scheduled, because it is. The question is not whether opportunities will come. The question is whether you'll be ready to catch them. Nothing influences your future more than the people you surround yourself with. You cannot step into a divine year surrounded by people who are comfortable in mediocrity. You cannot build a powerful future in the presence of those who drain your energy. And you definitely cannot fulfill a God-given destiny while walking with people who don't believe in growth, purpose, or elevation. 2026 is a year of alignment, and alignment requires separation. This key is about understanding that not everyone can go where God is taking you. Some people were part of your past, not your future. Some people were meant to teach you lessons not walk with you into blessings. Some people were meant to be chapters, not the whole book. Destiny aligned people lift you. They challenge you. They inspire you. They speak life into your spirit. They support your growth, not your excuses. They want you to win, not because they benefit, but because they love seeing you rise. On the other hand, misaligned people drain your confidence, distract your focus, limit your potential, and pull you backward. They operate from jealousy, insecurity, or comfort. They fear growth, so they fear your growth. 2026 will require you to make powerful decisions. You must choose environments that grow you, conversations that elevate you, friendships that strengthen you, energy that empowers you. You need people who pray for you, not prey on you. People who push you forward, not pull you down. People who match your discipline, your vision, your purpose, and your hunger. Destiny alignment also means being honest with yourself. If someone makes you feel small, confused, exhausted, or unsupported, that is not alignment. That is a warning. Listen to it. You are entering a year where divine connections will matter more than ever. The right people will multiply your growth. The wrong people will delay your blessing. Choose wisely. Guard your energy. Protect your peace. And remember this, you do not need a crowd. You need clarity. You need purpose. You need a circle that supports your mission, even if it is just 1 or 2 people. Quality over quantity. In 2026, God will introduce you to people who will change your life. Mentors, opportunities, collaborators, partners, friends who feel like family. People who see your worth before your success. But you must create space by letting go of those who no longer align with your destiny. Walk into 2026 surrounded by people who match your frequency, your ambition, and your faith. Because when the right people walk with you, destiny becomes unstoppable. To experience the fullness of 2026, you must protect your energy like it is sacred. Because it is. Your energy determines your clarity, your decisions, your relationships, your success, and your spiritual growth. You cannot step into a divine year while allowing toxic environments, draining people, and negative thoughts to consume your spirit. Energy protection begins with boundaries. God did not create you to be available to everyone all the time. You are not required to carry other people's burdens. You are not responsible for fixing what others refuse to change. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is spiritual alignment. When you protect your energy, you protect your destiny. Next is emotional awareness. Your emotions are signals, not weaknesses. When something exhausts you, pay attention. When someone stresses your spirit, step back. When an environment drains you, leave. Your peace is too valuable to sacrifice for temporary comfort. Another powerful part of protecting your energy is mastering your inner dialogue. Your mind is the garden of your life. You must feed it with belief, hope, strength, and gratitude. Do not speak to yourself in the language of fear. Do not repeat the lies of the past. Speak life. Speak light. Speak power. What you say to yourself becomes what you attract. Your spiritual energy must also be protected from negativity. Avoid gossip. Avoid chaos. Avoid drama. Choose silence over noise. Choose growth over conflict. Choose alignment over entertainment. Your spirit thrives when you feed it with wisdom, peace, and purpose. Finally, protect your energy through rest. Rest is not laziness. It is spiritual renewal. Sometimes God needs you to pause so He can reveal the next step. Rest resets your spirit, clears your mind, and restores your strength. A rested soul is a powerful soul. In 2026, your energy will determine your elevation. Protect it fiercely, and watch how quickly your life transforms. 2026 is not just a year of receiving. It is a year of creating, moving, and acting. God can open doors, but you must walk through them. Divine timing can align your path, but you must take the steps. Miracles can surround you, but you must participate in them. Bold action is the difference between wishing for a new life and actually stepping into one. Bold action begins with courage, not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite fear. Every great breakthrough comes from a moment of courage. The courage to start, the courage to change, the courage to let go, the courage to believe that your life can be bigger than your circumstances. Taking bold action means refusing to stay where you are. It means breaking cycles that have held you back. It means taking risks that align with your purpose. It means saying yes to opportunities even when you feel unprepared. Because growth always happens when you step outside the familiar. Bold action also means showing up daily. Success is not built in giant leaps. It is built in consistent steps. Every habit you strengthen, every skill you build, every choice you make is a seed planted for your future. In 2026, small steps done consistently will create massive transformations. To take bold action, you must silence the voices of doubt, both from others and from your own mind. People will question you. Circumstances will test you. Fear will whisper to you. But bold action means listening to your soul over your fears. Finally, bold action is an act of faith. It tells God, I trust your plan enough to move. And when you move in alignment, God multiplies your steps. Doors open, paths clear, resources appear. Boldness activates blessings. In 2026, do not sit and wait for miracles. Become the miracle. Take bold action and watch God do the rest. Faith opens the door, but action walks through it. God can declare 2026 your best year, but you must act in alignment with that promise. Not random action, Not chaotic action, not desperate action. Aligned action. Aligned action means moving with clarity, intention, and purpose. It means understanding what God is calling you toward and taking steps that match that calling. It means acting from faith, not fear. Acting from purpose, not pressure. Acting from confidence, not confusion. Purpose is the blueprint of your soul, and aligned action is how you build the life God designed for you. Ask yourself, what is God nudging me to do? What dream keeps whispering inside me? What vision refuses to leave my mind? What passion lights up my spirit? These are clues to your purpose. And 2026 is the year those clues must become action. Aligned action is not rushing. It is not forcing. It is not chasing. It is moving in flow with God's timing. When you take aligned action, the right resources appear. The right people show up. The right opportunities unfold. Because you are moving in divine direction. You do not need to know every step. You just need to take the next one. Start the project. Start the business. Start the healing. Start the discipline. Start the journey. Start becoming the version of you that 2026 demands. Aligned action also requires courage. It requires stepping into the unknown. It requires trusting that if God placed a vision in your heart, He has already placed the provision in your path. You must walk forward to find it. Procrastination is the enemy of purpose. Delay is the enemy of destiny. Fear is the enemy of elevation. In 2026, replace fear with faith-driven action. Replace hesitation with movement. Replace overthinking with doing. Small steps become big transformations. One decision can change everything. One action can shift your entire path. When you take aligned action, you tell heaven, I am ready for what you promised. And heaven responds. Nothing unlocks blessings faster than trust. Deep, unwavering trust in God's plan, even when life doesn't make sense. Trust is the foundation of spiritual alignment. Trust is the strength behind your faith. Trust is the anchor that keeps you grounded during uncertainty. 2026 will be powerful, but that does not mean it will be predictable. God's ways are higher than your ways. His timing is different. His methods are different. His strategy is beyond your understanding. And sometimes, the greatest blessings come disguised as confusion or delay. Trust means surrendering the need to control everything. Trust means believing God is working even when nothing seems to be happening. Trust means holding on to faith when the path seems unclear. Trust means understanding that if God closes a door, it is because that door was too small for your destiny. Your journey will shift when your trust becomes deeper than your fear. There will be moments in 2026 where you feel uncertain. Trust anyway. Moments where you feel unprepared. Trust anyway. Moments where things feel slow. Trust anyway. moments where you don't see results. Trust anyway. Because trust is not about seeing. Trust is about knowing. Knowing that God is positioning you. Knowing that God is protecting you. Knowing that God is preparing you. Knowing that God is leading you exactly where you need to be. Trust transforms confusion into clarity. Trust transforms fear into peace. Trust transforms waiting into growth. Trust transforms delays into destiny. When you trust God deeply, you stop worrying about what's next. You stop stressing over timelines. You stop fearing setbacks. You stop doubting your future. Instead, you begin to walk with a calm spirit, a steady heart, and an unshakable confidence that all things are working in your favor. God never abandons what He has chosen, and He chose you. Your trust is the key that unlocks the final stage of your transformation. Because when God sees that you trust Him fully, He releases blessings that are too big for fear to handle. 2026 will be a year of divine unfolding. And trust is the light that will guide you through every step. Your best year requires your best self. Not your old self. Not your fearful self. Not your limited self. Your highest self. The version of you who thinks bigger, feels deeper, acts stronger, and lives with purpose. Your highest self is brave, disciplined, spiritually aligned, and guided. This version of you is already inside you, waiting for you to activate it. 2026 is the year you rise into it fully. This is the version of you who stops settling, stops doubting, stops shrinking, stops living in fear, stops pretending to be small. This is the version who walks with confidence, clarity, and power, who sets boundaries, who values peace, who chases purpose, not approval, who understands their worth, who knows that God didn't create them to live an average life. Your highest self is not perfect, but they are committed. Not fearless, but courageous. Not always ready, but always willing. To step into your highest self in 2026, you must begin acting like the person you want to become. Upgrade your habits. Upgrade your environment. Upgrade your faith. Upgrade your work ethic. Upgrade your vision. Because as you elevate yourself internally, your external life will naturally follow. 2026 is not waiting for you. It is calling you, and your highest self is the one who must answer. As you stand on the edge of 2026, understand this. You are not entering an ordinary year. You are stepping into a divine appointment, a spiritually aligned season, a year that was written for you long before you ever felt ready. You have walked through storms that tried to break you, endured seasons that tried to silence you, and survived moments that tried to steal your faith. But you made it here, and that alone is proof that something greater is coming. Everything you learned, everything you healed, everything you overcame was preparing you for the blessing ahead. Nothing was random. Not one tear, not one delay, not one disappointment. All of it was shaping you into someone capable of receiving what's about to arrive. God never wastes a struggle. He turns pain into power, confusion into clarity, and endings into new beginnings. And now, the shift begins. 2026 will not just change what you have. It will change who you are. It will awaken strength you didn't know you had. It will open doors you thought were closed forever. It will bring opportunities that feel like miracles. It will align you with people who see your worth, environments that support your growth, and paths that finally lead you where you belong. But this year is not happening to you. It is happening through you. You have the keys now. Belief in divine timing, releasing the past, taking responsibility, protecting your energy, aligning with purpose, practicing faith and patience, and stepping into your highest self. These are not just ideas. They are the blueprint for transformation, the map for your elevation, the strategy for your breakthrough. As you enter this new chapter, stop questioning your worth. Stop doubting your journey. Stop comparing your progress. You are exactly where God wants you to be, and everything you desire is already moving toward you, faster than you think. Breathe deeply. Lift your head. Straighten your back. Walk forward with the confidence of someone who knows God's hand is on their life. Walk like someone who expects miracles. Speak like someone who knows their words carry power. Live like someone who understands that they are chosen. Because you are. 2026 will be the year where prayers turn into reality, where dreams turn into plans, where faith turns into evidence, where blessings chase you down and overflow into every area of your life. This is your year. Divinely written, spiritually aligned, and destined for greatness. Now step into it, because God has spoken. 2026 will be your best year.